Thank you. So sales processes, and I've kind of mentioned a couple of times in this interview about I'm doing some work with clients about reviewing their sales processes. So I think I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I've been doing, and I'll drop in how this actually can help you. So one business I went to see literally called me in to say, we want more sales. We're doing well, but we want more sales. And we want to have a look at how we can do that. And I'm sure those words resonate with a number of you out there. And the first thing I always do when I work with clients on this is I look at what they're currently doing at the moment and how they're doing it. So I sat down with them, their team, and I looked at everything from how an inquiry comes into the business, how it's handled, who does what, where does it go, how that's implemented. I looked at the people that are working within the business. And through that, I was able to look at areas that needed some additional work. We had one area of the business where their conversion rate wasn't very high. They weren't getting the sales from doing a certain piece of activity, and they wondered why. And I was able to look at that and think, well, actually, this just needs a few tweaks here and there. With regard to some of the people they had in place, they weren't necessarily salespeople. They were more customer service people, which was fine because they did a fantastic job, but we needed just to tweak that to do a little bit more proactive stuff. So the outcome of that is the fact that their sales have massively increased. They're over budget. Everybody is happier in the roles that they are working in. Therefore, the business has grown, and I have a very, very happy managing director on my hands. So how does this impact on you? Well, let's talk about how I started this. The business wanted to increase sales. And if you guys want to increase sales into your business, one of the good things to look at is what you're doing and is it working? And it's looking at the customer journey from the minute that inquiry hits you to the process that you take, moving your customer through all the elements of your business. One of the things that I tend to look at is from inquiry to, the conversation. Are you physically talking to customers or are you emailing? Physically talking to customers is a great thing to do because it starts to generate a relationship. What's the journey from that initial conversation? Excuse me. Are you booking a meeting? If you're having meetings, how successful are they? How successful are you in closing those meetings? If you're finding that you're not closing many of the meetings, in actual fact, meetings that you don't close are bigger than meetings that you do close, there's probably something going on in there. So we need to look at how that works. From closing a meeting, does it go to quote? How many quotes are you sending out? Do you follow up those quotes? Believe it or not, there's many businesses that I talk to that don't follow up the quotes. And if you do that, that's going to increase sales because you're controlling the sales process. If you're not converting those quotes, why aren't you converting those quotes? Are your pricing right? Are you undervaluing yourself? Are you overvaluing yourself? Are you not quite understanding the customer's needs, wants, issues, and problems? So it's all of these things that, if you look at all the elements of them and stand back from them, and you guys can do this for yourselves, you don't necessarily need me, but just take one step back and be truthful with yourself and say, am I doing this the best? And if not, what can I do better? And it's amazing when you do those things, how everything just sends to slot into place and your sales will actually pick up. It's going back to basics, and going back to basics is so important to do regularly. I do quarterly reviews, and we do that with the sales club. I do that with my clients, and it's a quarterly review of what's going on in the business, what's happened over the past quarter, what are you going to do for the present quarter, and in a process wise, what used to work, what isn't working now. What can I do to change? What am I doing differently? So it's all those sorts of things. that are simplistic things, but a lot of businesses don't tend to think about. So there we go. I hope that's kind of helped a little bit towards understanding sales processes.